Am I really here? Huh. So I apologize. I think it's a real thing with these geostorms. 'Cause I could not get in here. My earbuds won't connect. And so it's just another technical glitch. How are y'all? At least I made it. Um, who all have I kept waiting? And I with my sincerest apologies. Let's see. Marie, Aria, thank you for being here. Um, let's see. Tampa, I know. I really did. Barbara, I really didn't. I couldn't get anything to connect. Oh, Lord. Hey, James, how are you? Brian. Oh, yeah. Don't know what happened. Um, hey, look, Chameleon. Yeah, right. Come on, Gila time. You'll make it. And I was really, really trying to be on time. So just, I guess I'll quit that. Brian, how are you? Oh, I don't know. So let's see if everything is going to keep working tonight. Hey, Gretchen. How are you, honey? You're not late. You're on Gila time. It made me want to go outside and see if the I'm here. Can you try? Can you hear me, Aria? Oh Lord, I hope somebody can hear me. Yes, no, maybe so. You can't. All right, great. Good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, because I almost going outside and went. Hey, Ben, how are you? This is getting worse and worse with these technical issues. But I almost went outside to see if I could see the northern lights from here because that's how bad it is. It's so bad. Hey, Marilyn, Mama. I'm having issues with these technical things, and I don't know why. And forgive my hair because this is what you're gonna get. Oh, um, I wanted to do a show, a live, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so it's not just me, but Ben, really, it's not just me because I'm really to think it is a conspiracy. Gretchen, thank you. Yes, my shirt. Thank you, Barbara. Forgot to say, fits with our topic tonight, y'all. Be kind. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. And yes, I wore that for our topic. And I'm going to get comfortable here. So I'm taking off my shoes since I'm not going to go look for northern lights now that I can get on. Did you get it? Oh, man. I haven't got mine yet. So, today, oh no, I'm just wearing my Be Kind shirt. Just be kind. Because I titled this Act of Kindness. And I did that for a reason, obviously. Yeah, this world. Hey, Kate, how are you? Violet. But I'm glad. I guess I was doing good. Everybody knows my late because they're going to be in here right when right when I get started. But that hey, this geomagnetic stuff is real. It is not letting me connect to anything. Um, so the world right now, I don't know. It's kind of different than the world that I grew up in. Um, or when do we ever grow up? I always say when I grow up, I want to be like Tori. Um, it's just different. Oh, Marie, I'm sorry. Y'all have sent some wonderful pictures in, though. I appreciate it because y'all know, like, that is like number one on my bucket list to see the Northern Lights. I did see them when we were in Austin, but, it was raining, but so I got some kind of blurred pictures, but they were pink and purple, and it was really beautiful, and I'm not gonna cross that off my bucket list, though, because I really wanna see all the colors. So, I'll just make sure I don't need anything technical when I do, because, boy, this has been crazy. Um, so the world is not the same place as I grew up in, and, I know we have, like, a range and a variety of, people's ages and places, I guess, all kind of things that are different. But, I grew up in the South here in Texas, and being kind, we didn't have an option for that. Like, and I'm gonna say trigger warning, but I mean, I guess it's not for me because that's not how, but I wouldn't have any teeth left if I, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. You know, oh man, the coronal mass ejection is killing me too. But we didn't have an option. We didn't have a choice. My parents, it was mind your manners. And I did go up north. Actually went to Washington State when my sister moved up there. And this lady hadn't heard me talk yet. We were in a store and she was looking down at something, and she wasn't looking at me, but she was asking me what I need. So I told her, and I said, "Yes, ma'am." And she looked up, she goes, "Where are you from?" I couldn't help but laugh. Um, it's just I hear kids today, and there's a lot of people that take yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and yes, sir, and no, sir as disrespect. And I was told that, but that's not. I mean, I guess it's just where you're from and what kind of home you grow up in. Don't say hair tonight. Yeah, I've always told y'all how bad frizzy and curly my hair is, and now you can see I'm not lying. You see this? I am not lying. This is nothing but a frizz ball. Oh, so there you go. um, but I kind of have narrowed this down to our community here on YouTube. Hey, Mandy, how are you? Um, being kind, it's something that was instilled in me as a child. Like, like I said, I didn't have a choice. Um, we ask, may I, can I, you didn't just walk in someone's house and help yourself. And I mean, it's just, but this was, me growing up. I was born in 74. I guess my first memories were in the late 70s, but I really, really, I really cherish those days. My grandparents, my great grandparents, you know, they knew what kindness was. We never went to my great grandmother's. There wasn't a cake on the table, and people coming on, people coming in and out. All the neighbors bringing coffee. They would 3 o'clock every day. Somebody was knocking on the door. They had coffee and cake, and I had my coffee milk, as my granny used to call it. And it was just different. And that's the only word I can say was different, because kindness it wasn't an issue. Like, you weren't mean. You weren't you weren't ugly. That wasn't the normal. You weren't mean to people. You didn't put people down. You lifted them up. And real world, YouTube world, I'm just going to say everywhere. Yeah, it's gotten really ugly out here. And I just thought maybe we could go back and talk about some things about being kind. And I was gonna scan this in and share the screen and all this good stuff, but, technical issues. But I actually had I had these from my therapy session with my therapist, but I also used them at work, and I used that exactly, Ben, thank you. Yeah. We use that as, an in-service. I don't tr I mean, it's not something you should have to train employees on, but guess what? You do now. It used to be just a given, but not anymore. Um, so in the way I was gonna like I said, I was gonna share the screen. Not gonna be that professional tonight, guys, but something that needs to be said. Um, hey, Witchy Trista, how are you? I hope everybody's great. Okay, so kindness is another way of helping you improve your self-esteem. That includes being kind to others and to yourself. Kindness, no matter how big or small, is never wasted, and I truly believe that. In fact, showing kindness to people can always empower them to replicate your good deeds to other people, which can build a more positive community. That little paragraph right there, it, I'm glad you're here, Witchy. I'm really glad you're here. Um, and Tampa Bay, I don't even know how you're making it. That aftermath of hurricanes is just, whew, I know that all too well. Um, Kindness can improve our self-esteem. How, it lifts our mood up. Doing acts of kindness creates good feelings. Being kind to others makes you feel good about yourself and other people. I see you, James. I see you. I promise I'm back here by myself, so I'm trying to pay attention to y'all and trying to do this. So give me a little bit of patience. I'll get it all together in a minute here. Um, it's a way of making a difference. Your actions matter. And that is so true. I don't even know how thank you, Aria. I don't know how to say it any better than that. Is your actions matter. And you can also go as far as saying your inactions matter too. Hey, Judy, how are you? Uh, Doing acts of kindness creates good feelings, and your actions matter, and you'll never know how much of a difference your kindness can make in somebody's day. Can I please, if I emphasize anything, remember that. Thank you, James. Remember that your actions matter. You'll never know how much of a difference your kindness can make in someone's day. And that's why my shirt says, be kind. Everyone's fighting a battle you know nothing about. This is important to me because where I work and who I work with, they haven't had much kindness in their life. My patients have rarely seen kindness. The world is so against mental health. It's like they think it's gonna rub off on them or jump off of someone onto them if they get next to anybody with a mental illness. And I don't get mad about this, but I definitely am passionate about it. Mandy, wish my battle was depression. Stop. Would like to be happy about things. And the one thing you don't do is you don't tell someone with depression, oh, just get over it or be happy about it. You don't do that because they cannot help it. It is a chemical imbalance. They can't help it any more than someone with diabetes can help it. They can't make insulin when you're in depression. Your body has to make the dopamine, and if it doesn't, it's a chemical imbalance. You can't just say, "Hey, brain, make this." So I want everybody. That's just something. Hey, Journey, how are you? We cannot do on our own. So when someone with diabetes, what happens when their blood sugar is too high? They go to the doctor, they get put on insulin, and they have to maybe try one or two different insulins, or three or four or five until they get it right and then it starts working. Same thing goes with depression. Same thing goes with, uh, you know, a lot of mental illnesses. And my patients, I mean, y'all, I've gotten to the point sometimes that I'm not kind, and I'm going to be their voice so they have a choice. And when I take them to the store, when we go do something out in public, and people are so ugly and they're so rude to them, do you know? I got into, and we were in the convenience store, and I got told, "Why do you have those people in our neighborhood?" Wrong thing to say, especially to me. It wasn't a good ending for them. They got a whole speech on what mental illness is, on the rights of everybody with mental illness, and on the rights of my residents and my patients. And I said, and I ended it with, and they can even vote. Because my residents don't bother anybody in that neighborhood. We own the whole entire road. So everything on it is ours. So our residents don't go anywhere. They stay right there. They don't bother anybody. But when you are so close-minded and prejudicial against mental illness, and then when I start educating them, and I educate them, and I don't mind doing that, I'll tell them real quick. 1 in 5 people, well, I think it's not 1 in 4. I probably should have checked my stats before I did this, but 1 in 4 people know someone or are involved with someone with a mental illness. 1 in 6 will develop a mental illness or has. They don't like to hear that. And they don't like to hear it at all. But guess what? They're going to hear it from me. If you start treating people so disgusting, and you say things like that to their face with them standing right there, and you say that to me, God help you. That's all I can say. My acts of kindness goes out the window. That is one time I will stand up, and I will stand up for what is right. Um, but always remember that. Oh, mom. Oh, wait, Journey. I do have to say something about that. Okay, so we were trying to. We were opening a new facility in Beaumont, which is the next biggest town next to us, and they were begging us to open when they needed. I mean, the need is so large, it's so huge, we can't fill the need, and we had to go before the city council. Oh, Gretchen, thank you. Thank you. Um, we had to go before actually, not the whole city council. We had to go before the zoning commission. That's what it was. And this was in 2006. We opened in 2004. And in 2006, we were at 6 houses full. And they wanted us in a different county, in Jefferson County in Beaumont. So we bought actually it was an old girls' haven, which was where they put the girls, the young kids and the teenagers. If they didn't, I don't know, they call them troubled youth, troubled kids. I don't know. But so it was perfect. It had a separate, I mean, it was all together building, but it had a separated space for staff. It had a bathroom, shower, a sleeping room, an office, and then it had 7 bedrooms, a dorm room, 3 more bathrooms, 2 kitchens. I mean, like, it was perfect for what we do. We rented it. We put a deposit down. We went in there and remodeled it because they had turned it into a home health. And, then they quit renting it from them, and so we did because Texas legislature passed the law that we don't have to be in commercial or residential, we can be in either or, it's commercial residential. So they can't make us rezone anything, like, we don't have to do that. Um, but this was before that. So we got everything ready. We had all the utilities turned on, and we had to go get the certificate of occupancy. I go up there to the city, try to get the certificate of occupancy, and was told couldn't get it. And I'm like, after about $10,000, getting all this stuff ready, I said, "What do you mean I can't get it?" "Oh, well, there's some people complaining that they want you to go to the zoning commission and have it rezoned because y'all are not or you're not that's a residential district now." I said, "On the interstate? That was a home health. That was a commercial." Well, they feel like there's not enough room between the property you will be leasing and their road behind, which is a neighborhood. I said, "What do you think we're doing, housing criminals? That's not what we do." And we even had it resurveyed and showed them we were not renting the whole property, only to the back porch. I mean, to the back area, which was it was a closed in, screened in back porch, and where they could sit outside and smoke, and they wouldn't even use that. And there was like I don't know how many feet. I mean, we didn't need this whole property. We didn't lease that whole property. They could have put 3 more commercial buildings behind us. So we went in front of the zoning commission since we had to do that. And we brought one of the leaders from NAMI, the National Alliance for Mental Illness, with us. They had the media with us because they put up right before we went, or I mean, we had to go to the next time they gathered, that we could get on their agenda, and they created a "Not in My Neighborhood" campaign. Truly listen, not in my neighborhood. I I was speechless. We got it resurveyed because they wanted 50 yards or 50, I don't even, I can't remember how much, but from the point of the property we were going to lease to the point of their neighborhood started. So we got it resurveyed, and we showed them that that's the only part, and there was way more than that from where we were only going to use to their roads back there. Granted, this is a neighborhood. I mean, you have the interstate right here, the feeder road where we were leasing, and then a lot of space, and then the next road over, then it started a neighborhood. This is the neighborhood that has a shooting every 5 days. So, hey, Awakened. So, it's not like they should really be worried about people with mental illness that's not going to even leave and go back there to their neighborhood. We have 24-hour-a-day staff. It's not like that. And I'm going to tell you, even on the the zoning commission was a member of NAMI. So we thought, well, this is going to be easy. We 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 got to speak, then the people against us got to speak. And then we got to speak, I mean, everybody got just, I think it was 2 minutes. And this went on for, felt like ever, but we saved our best for last, my mom. And it was a tie vote. The mayor of Beaumont had to break the tie. She was there. And she voted no. So over $10,000 later, we lost that building. We lost all the deposits that we had paid to get things turned on and all the furniture that we bought. That's okay though, because I mean, there was bigger plans ahead of it for us. Um, at that meeting, my mom got on the news afterwards. I mean, at that, that zoning commission. Afterwards, my mom got on the news and she said, people who do not want to be educated are just ignorant. They're ignorant of understanding what we do. Please come to our houses. Please come to our facilities that we already have open. Before you make that judgment call, come. We are open 24 hours a day. You do not have to call ahead. You can come at the most inopportune time. We're not going to be any different than we are if you walk in on a scheduled time. So please come visit us. Before you say anything else, come and visit and see what we do before you make your observations and before your assumptions. And she said this on the news. And she told them. She said, those who want to remain ignorant, that's their choice. Those that want to get educated, please come see what we do. 2 days later, we had so many people come through there saying they would have voted differently and they never would have been in that, not in my neighborhood stuff, if they would have known what we did beforehand. So sometimes, being like we were talking, a mob mentality, I think sometimes people jump on that before they actually know the facts because they truly would not have voted against us if they would have known what we were doing before they voted or before they got into the whole not in my neighborhood mob. And but then we had some that came and said, your mom called me ignorant on the news. I said, no, actually she didn't. I said, I was standing right beside her. What she actually said was, if you want to remain uneducated, then remain ignorant. There's a big difference. And hey, Awakened. Oh, thank you. You're not too late. Not at all. I was way late because I couldn't get anything to work. None of my electronics was working. I almost walked out to see if I could see the northern lights. How this geomagnetic stuff is work is did me in tonight. So Tampa Bay, exactly. Gretchen. It's passion. It's passion now. But yeah, so if they would have come and seen what we do, if they just would have came, we would have been there. But my mom has more faith than anybody I've ever had in my life. Anybody I've ever seen. My mom has more faith. And I think that's where I got my faith. Where I learned my faith from was her. Because she always said, things happen for a reason, babe. Just let it go. I was the uneducated one about keeping my temper. I was young. I was I wasn't even passionate. I was just dumb. Because I was young and I was all go get them and we're gonna get revenge. This isn't right. Now that I'm older and more experienced and wiser, I do see, why my mom did what she did. She played the long game because now we have them begging for us to come back. Not, and I have no need for that now. And it's not anything with revenge. I just don't want to deal with them anymore. Um, I have, sorry, I'm on call at work, y'all. Okay. So, that was the little bit of story on the lady. Okay, so there's a lady on the news that has been on the news, or her husband and her, I think, but her husband was on the news long before probably I was born. And I mean, he retired years and years and years ago, but his wife was on the city council. And she wrote us an email after we lost that vote. And she was telling us, you need to apply for your 501(c)(3) and become a nonprofit. You have a lot more resources if you do that. She said this was wrong. This is not how I voted. She said this need is great. And she said, thank you for your commitment to caring. I applied. It took a long time. I applied for our 501(c)(3). I got the book for dummies and learned how to do it myself. The nonprofit for dummies. And I did it myself. And I filled it all out. And then we had to come up with a name. I mean, we still have our name that we originally named our company, which was Hattie's House, which was my great grandmother's name. But when I had to choose a corporate name, I thought of her email when she said, thank you for your commitment to caring. So therefore, commitment to caring is what we chose, and it was available. And that is our corporate name. So I just thought of her email when she said that. So she will forever be a part of us. And she's the one who told us to apply for our 501(c)(3). Now, the funny part about that is, thank you. We did get our 501(c)(3) approved. We opened in 040404 is when we got our first resident in there. And we got our nonprofit. It was approved by the IRS in 8/28/08. But we were evacuated for Hurricane Ike. I didn't get it till we got back. That is funny. So, so she gave us an act of kindness by giving us that resource. I'd never thought about. Thank you all. Thank you. I don't do it for the compliments. I promise I do it because I love what I do. But thank you. It is very much appreciated. It helps you focus on the positive, being acts of kindness. Kindness helps you focus on the good things in life and takes your attention away from the negative. Okay, Witchy, thank you for coming. Thank you so much. I kind of liked that one because, kindness helps you focus on the good things in life and takes your attention away from the negativity. I thought, oh, you're welcome and thank you for coming. I appreciate the support here. I truly do. I bet if I ask everybody in the chat is going to say in this community, they've had a lot of negativity going on. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. I don't know, but I'm just willing to say that you probably all have. I say probably because I don't like the always and nevers. But I've had a lot of people reaching out to me, just want to talk about so everything is so negative. Everything is so negative. What is going on? And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in this whole world right now. But I do know that our little community here, there's a lot going on in it. A lot. I've chose to stay off YouTube for the past few days. I've come on here at night, and that's it. I needed to get my thoughts together. I needed to make a plan because regardless of what's going on any other channel, this channel right here matters to me. Because as long as y'all show up, I'll be here. And I mean that. Showing acts of kindness. It's a way of connecting with people. Showing kindness to others. Exactly. Exactly, awaken. Yeah. It's so much energy on the negativity and it could do so much good. Yeah, I agree. Um, we connect with people by being kind on a whole better level than being ugly. Showing kindness to others help us create deeper connections and stronger bonds with our friends, our families, and significant others. It gives us a chance to show someone that they mean what they someone that they mean to us. I think this thing has got a typo. It gives us a chance to show someone that they I don't know, it says that they mean something to me. I can tell you that. I'm just going to use me on that. I just noticed that. Um, yes. I haven't even been on any channels. I've been right here trying to figure this one, how we're going to make it grow, because I really want it to grow. I want it to reach I just want it to reach people. I want people to feel safe when they come here, and I want people to come. And I've been going through my head and through all of everything, trying to figure out maybe what I can do different. I don't want to be different. I want to be me. I'm not going to change for anything else ever again. I spent my whole life doing that. I'm going to be myself. I live finally in a home that I can be myself. I'm not asked to be anything else. The good, the bad, and the ugly. I can be myself. That's treasured. And I'm going to do the same on this channel. I'm not going to be fake. Sometimes it's going to be nasty. Sometimes it's going to be ugly. Sometimes it's going to be a bad hair day. Sometimes it's going to be whatever it is. But like I said, if y'all come, I'm going to show. If y'all show up, I'll be here. Ben, yeah, no, right, Ben? That's right. Yes. Yeah. I'm Some people may not like me, some people may like me, but that's not anything I can control. This is what I can control. This is what I can't control out there. I don't so I'm not going to pretend that I can. So what I do is I'm going to control myself. I can't control how someone treats me, but I can control my reaction to it or non-reaction. Thank you, Gretchen. Thank you. Um, and that is something that I've learned that I have to do. Some examples of acts of kindness. Yuck is the word that I would use to. You know what, Awakened? That is such a great word. James, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, James, you just said something that, bam, I needed to say. It cuts out the noise. You're exactly right. Okay. Please, somebody tell me that blinked, that flash. That's not me. Oh, wow. That's kind of weird. Okay, thank you, Aria. Okay. I was like, all right, thank you. I'm going, okay, if nobody else seen that, I might need to figure out what's going on here. But I like what James said. He's right about that. No other noise, negativity. There is so much noise. I I agree, James, so much. There's so much noise. And I'm tired of the noise. And that I can change. I can control that. I don't have to watch the negative or the hate. That is something I can control. Awaken, you're absolutely right. You're right. Um, and it is quiet here. Only my mouth running. Um, except I was so excited to see T last night. I have to say that. I love her. I'm so glad I got to see her last night. Um, some examples of acts of kindness. And y'all, I have done so many of these, and it's so funny. Do chores for someone. That's not hard, except I know T is amazing, and Aria, she was in Bali, and we're all talking to her. She's out there at the pool. We're talking to her in Bali. I think she's home now. I can't wait to talk to her. Tampa quiet is hard for you. What's going on with that? I think I don't know. I talk to my dogs a lot when everybody's gone. I I can have everything in the house off. I think I just because of at work being so noisy that when I'm home, I like the quiet. And she's out of heat now, so he's not screaming no more, so I really like the quiet. Oh, there's nothing like a poor male dog when a female is in heat and living in your house, both of them. It's his daughter for the love of the Lord. No. So they had to be kenneled up in 2 different rooms, and it was like prisoner exchange when we took them out, let them outside. Lord help me. That that is 3 weeks of pure hell for real. But, care for animals. Oh, Barbara, care for animals. That is an act of kindness. And me and Barbara just talked about that on the phone earlier about caring for animals. You know what's funny though? I'm over here, I was crying and so upset about the birds that were stuck in that hurricane eye. Y'all, I was so upset about it. I was just like, I kept saying, but how are they going to get out? How are they going to get out? And are they going to die? And I was freaking out. And then they want to stay on there. Oh, they're probably not going to make it out. They don't show me on the news that there's so many birds trapped in the eye of that hurricane. I was freaking out. 8:52. Ben, you have to send me some of that information. Gretchen showing patience for people who need that. It's kindness. Yeah. And I was wondering where you were. Spread some cheer. Make a handwritten card. So I'm not the only one, right? Barbara, I wasn't the only one. Because I cried for those birds. I wish they would have never said that. because it totally tore me up. I'm like, those birds are not gonna make it. You could see them on the radar. You know how many birds that must have been for them to see it on the radar? I'm like, those birds have to make it. And they were like, but then I talked to my other half in there, and he's like, baby, think about it. Where is the most calmest place of a storm? He said, the eye. So I'm going to go with peace with that and just say that those birds made it because they were in the eye. That's the calmest place of the storm. If one person can show compassion, it will spread and start a chain reaction of the same. That may be where they got this from then, Ben, because that is exactly what this said. Where's it at? Showing kindness to people who can also empower them to replicate your good deeds to other people, which can build a more positive community. Yeah, pretty much like that. Just one act of kindness. Just one. You never know. You never know. Be kind to yourself. That's a big one. I think we all have problems with that. Being kind to yourself. The way you call it chaos, we call it fun. I love that. I love that. James, yeah. I was crying about the animals. Yeah. I like that their governor, I like DeSantis that he said the shelters have to let the animals come in with the owners. That made me so happy to hear that because I'm not going to leave my animal. I'm not going to leave them nowhere, anywhere, ever. If they can't go, I don't go. Even to a hotel. Nope. I will stay and ride it out. If my animals can't go, I'm not going. Right, Ben. Yeah. Take time to listen to a friend. Make a gift for someone. Give compliments. Just exactly. If they don't take my animals, I'm not going. I just there's it's just a lot about kindness. This right here, I'm gonna upload this. I'm gonna put this on the community page because what this is, it's called a journal. Yes, I'm always gonna do my best to leave others better than I found them in this world better than I found it. I like this journal, but sorry, I can't lift that arm real hot, but it's I know that light's on it. And I was gonna share this to the screen, y'all, but oh come on, camera. There we go. And it just has on there, but I don't know, it's so blurry. It has, are you up for the kindness challenge? For 6 days, do a random act of kindness for someone. It can be anyone. Note in the journal what you did for each person and how your experience was. I'm just not using it because I got some patches on it right now because I'm afraid that if I don't use it right now, it's not hurting. If I start using it, it starts hurting. So I'm gonna let it try to heal some more before I use it. I mean, I'm using it more, but I'm not gonna. It's raising it up and out. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. No, no more toilet paper rolling down for my head. It can hit my head next time because this hurt. That is, James. That is like actually perfect. But on this journal, it just has the act of kindness, person, a space for how I felt after, the date, same thing on, and that's all it says. It's just the date, the act of kindness, um, the person, and how I felt after. And I'm gonna upload these, and I will have them on the community page in just a little bit. I'm gonna leave them right there. So, and I think, and if you do that, ow, I can't do that. Yeah, this I was planning on doing tomorrow. So we'll do that tomorrow. But yes, it's a great source of dopamine. One thing I do is if I go through the drive-through and I'm able to, I'll say pay for the people behind me. That was a big thing that was going on. I thought that was so great. No, Marie, don't. I'm actually going to my doctor's supposed to see me next Tuesday, and she'll order an X-ray and an MRI on it because I don't think it's just really my shoulder. I think it's that nerve in my neck. Probably gonna have to go back to my neurosurgeon, and I'm not going to say that too much, so don't want to do that. Um, oh, I did Aria, but that's okay. She was just taking care of me. And I always try to pay it back all the time. It keeps me saying yes. So here it goes like this. I am sorry, please forgive me. All is well is my opinion. Prayer for oh, okay. Wow. I love that. I love that. Um, so all of us here, if we spread a little kindness, even in this community, like even on YouTube, I mean, start with YouTube and see. No, Tim, you can come with me. We'll both go get one. You would be something. Hang on, Ben. You said you would be surprised how something as simple as a kind word to a cashier, honestly and slowly expressed in a caring and confident voice helps him. Absolutely. Hey, Red, how are you? Being yeah. I mean, just so great in this, and then you don't have to do it in this community. If you want to start doing your own community, your own family, it can start in your own home. And the reason I know this works is because I expect every one of my employees with my residents and with each other, they are going to say, and they don't have a choice. So it's not like they get a choice. It's, it is demanded and required. Please and thank you. And you will be surprised to know how many come back to me weeks later and say, I started saying that at home. And now my kids are saying it. And now my husband's saying it. And I mean, it's contagious. Please and thank you. Because I will call if they ask one of the residents or each other something and they don't say please or thank you, I will say, you missing something there? Please and thank you. I even tell them please and thank you. Because I do believe that it is contagious because it does happen. Too many of my employees have come back to me and told me that. After 20 years, it's tried and true. It works. And then the residents actually start being kind to each other because I try to remind them all the time, please and thank you. Now, I don't really, hey, Susie, I don't expect all of them to remember that, to say that every day. But at work, the employees are going to talk to the residents and the resident and each other with please and thank you. It's not, I mean, it's three simple words, so simple that can change someone's entire day. But that's what I wanted to talk about was, just acts of kindness. We can, we start them anywhere. Oh, and I was taught to mind my manners. Yep. Yes, ma'am, Barbara, because I see when you're raised in Texas and then in the South, yep, you mind your manners or they'll get minded for you. My mom, we definitely were very well-mannered children. Please and thank you are magical words. You would not believe how magical they are. And they work for a variety of reasons. Awaken, I like that. I like that. I remember when I was 15 years old, I was in ninth grade. It was Thanksgiving, and we had to go to someone's house to pick up something for the pies. I remember this clearly. And y'all know my memory, it's like gone. But the long-term memory is like always going to be stuck there, I believe. And I hope. And $5 when you're 15 and you're not you're in school, that's a big deal. It was back then anyway. Yeah, I had $5 in my pocket. And we were on our way back and we were in front of the mall on our way back. And I said, "Stop." I screamed at my friend that was driving. I said, "Stop." And I think enough time has been by now that saying this won't be like, because I'm not saying it I don't want anybody to say anything about it. I'm not doing it for the wrong reasons. So, but it's just like, that's my first memory of actually, because I wanted to, not because I felt guilty for doing something, but because I wanted to do it. I saw this old man walking. It was so cold. It was so it was raining. Y'all, it was horrible. Remember the weather? I was freezing. It was so cold and just it was like sleet rain. And he was like, I watched him walking and he had just one coat on. He was going, and then he'd walk and it tore my heart apart. And I told my friend to stop. I have $5 and that's all I had. But I handed him that and the two pies we went and picked up. And I didn't care if I was going to get in trouble. That didn't matter to me at that time. And he told me he hadn't eaten in 2 days. And that meant I gave him my $5 and the two pies. And I told him, Happy Thanksgiving. Please go get out of the weather. Not like I didn't know where he could go. I mean, I was 15 years old. But it made him, he hadn't eaten in 2 days. So I was just like, I walked in. I said, Mom, I got to tell you something. She was like, what and where are the pies? I was like, we don't have any more. But when I told her what I did, she's like, you know what? You made me proud. So that made, I didn't do it for that. I didn't do it. I thought I was going to be in trouble for it. But sometimes, when you think you're going to get in trouble when you've done something good and it comes back, you don't get in trouble for it. They reciprocate it and then they pass it on. And how better to do that on Thanksgiving Day? And I always wonder sometimes about that man. Could have been an angel walking, how do I know? And that's something I can't, I mean, I know I was raised in a very fundamentalist I'm so close with Marilyn because we were both raised like in the same high controlled, but I was always taught. But I think this is something that I believe, and I know it's something I believe. You know that you never. They always say you'll never know when you're entertaining angels, and so I wonder sometimes if it's a test. You know, what if I would have just kept driving and ignored that person? You know, how would I have known? It could have been an angel standing there, just waiting to see what I would do. And I think about that a lot. We never know when we're entertaining angels. And if we're quiet and we do things out of the kindness of our hearts and we truly care, this world is a better place. And I hope y'all got something out of that. That was what I wanted to talk about tonight. Was just simple acts of kindness. So I didn't start anything. I didn't have anybody back here helping me tonight. So let's see, awaken. I feel a duty. I don't always behave that way, but I do my best. Like, thank you. Thank you, awakened. I appreciate that. Yes, Tampa, absolutely. Thank you, Arya. And I will awaken. Wait, I love that. There's so much power in our words. The frequency that comes from our heart says, wait, I gotta put that up there. Hang on. The frequency or Matt. Oh wait. That comes from our hearts as we speak spell changes not only our world, but also our own frequencies as well. That is how we make ripples. Oh my God, I love that. Oh, I love it. Absolutely. Our hearts can forgive our behavior if we truly mean well. Yes, absolutely. I do. I believe that also. Awaken, I love that. Wow. That one got me. I really like that. But I'm going to, let's see, what time is it here? 12:27 a.m. Not too bad. Katie, would too many people take our kindness for weakness? It can hurt. Okay, so well, we can talk about that for 1 second because you're absolutely right. Marie, good night. Thank you. Thank you so much. Barbara, I love you. And I know you ain't gonna do that, right? Nope. But y'all are having to live on a generator. Your whole world is in shambles out there. Just know this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And you are getting healthier because I love you to pieces. And I'm so proud of you and your daughters. And tell your daughter that thank you for I thought just tell your daughter thank you, Barbara. I know that she's working her rear end off right now. So like she's amazing, isn't she? Oh my god, I love Barbara. She probably tired of me because that night of the hurricane, I was just, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" And then we got on max velocity, and we were seeing who could see each other's comments. It was so fun. I was trying to do everything I could to keep my mind off of worrying about her because I knew they didn't leave, and so we were trying to read each other's comments up with, like, I forgot how many people were in that chat. There was so many people on there. We were trying to race to see who could get each other's comments. And she saw mine. I told her, I said, "Be safe, I love you." Then she lost power, and then she lost internet, but hey, Janelle, how are you? So I was gonna go back. I was gonna say that about being, what Katie said about being kind. People mistake your kindness for weakness, and you get hurt. That is true, but I'm gonna be kind anyway. I think it's a choice, and being hurt, it comes with I think it goes both ways. I mean, it can come either way. Hey, Furious Knitter, how are you? I think that goes both ways. You can be mean and you can be so just hateful to people. That can't be such a great life. I think, you'd probably be hurt more in life than not. Or we can choose to be the people we are and be kind and do kind acts for others. And we can be happy. And yes, we're going to get crapped on and we're going to get hurt. And that's the price we pay for it. But I would choose that over the other. I don't want to be I don't want to be known as the mean person, the one that doesn't treat anybody with respect. I want to be known as someone that leaves this world better than she found it. I'm not perfect by no means. Never will be. It feeds and grows like the nothing and never ending story. I have been in the dredges of Hades. Hang on. I'm putting that back up. It often feels like I throw fits like a child too, but when I regain, I want to show we can get back up and still not let the nothing keep us down. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what, Tampa? Yeah, I have no idea. I do not do anything when the generator's running because I put earplugs in. I actually put my earbuds in and turn them up as loud as I can get it. That noise is something that it despises me, but yet if mine's not running, and we have no power, it's just the same. So it's one of those things I've just had to learn to live with, even though when that's all you hear running up and down your streets, you get so sick of it. But I still want to be able to say when I don't like something. It's so hard to think someone will care. When you don't like something, you're absolutely able to say that. Ab Yeah, I mean, if you don't like something, that's not being unkind. You have a right to like what you like and what you don't like. That's not being unkind. Not in my eyes. You don't have to agree with everybody and everything. And that's something else, I guess, that goes with kind of what Katie was talking about. People that are kind get hurt. It is a price we pay. Son, but still turn off. I don't. Oh wow. My God, I do got to get my eyes checked. Um, I just can't handle the generator noise. I I didn't know that that noise fatigue from working in the plants was a real thing. Like, I mean, I knew noise fatigue was a real thing, but I didn't know, I didn't understand it. Let me put it that way. I didn't understand to the extent of what it is. Um, my other half in there, I cannot run the vacuum cleaner or my carpet cleaner. And that is what I like to do when I'm for therapy to keep busy is I like to vacuum and I like to clean my carpets. And he can't handle either one of them. And I didn't realize it that what effect it had on him until I literally was vacuuming and I was trying to hurry up and finish when he came home one day. And so I just finished doing that. Barbara, I love you, and you know that. Um, before I could finish the haul, and I looked at him and I just turned it off and unplugged it. He had his hands were shaking, his face was red, he couldn't breathe, and he just had his hands like this. Oh, sorry, should not have done that. Um, I clean too, and I can't do the floors when he's there. The bass too loud, that triggers my seizures. That is one trigger that it does do. The bass, that bass, um, I start panicking on the inside even if I'm at the store. But I didn't realize that what he talked about when he said noise fatigue, and now I do. I saw a visceral reaction to it, and he doesn't react to anything. He's like the most calm, level-headed person. So now I understand what he means by that. And he explained it to me, and I looked it up and I researched it. And I mean, I don't have noise fatigue, or what I have is like the bass of a truck, that bass of, I mean, a stereo like that, that if it vibrates inside, I start panicking on the inside. And that's like what was doing it to him. I could see that same reaction that he was having. So I do not vacuum and I do not clean the carpets when he's home. I refuse to do that because I'm not going to hurt him. If it gets too bad, I'll tell him, you need to go somewhere. Give me 20 minutes. Let me vacuum the living room anyway, at least, you know. And if it's raining or something outside of the dogs go in and out the back door into their yard and play, and they come back in. So, you know, sometimes I just have to tell him to go out to the shop or go out and go do something. So I can do it, but I won't do it with him in the house anymore because it's almost 7 years, and I felt so bad for what I did. I did not realize it. Yet he can go rev motors and wow. Fury Center, that's so cool. I gotta talk to him. So we flood too much. um, no, that is like my therapy too. I like to clean. Yeah, I've never even heard of that. I gotta look this stuff up. They probably don't have it because we flood so much here when there's a hurricane. Because we would have done lost it 3 times since we got the new house from Harvey. Yeah, those the whatever the base that you can feel in your chest. I can't do it. I mean, I literally go into a panic if I'm in a store and somebody pulls up outside the store and doesn't kill their truck and it just keeps on um that booming over and over and over. I will have a freaking anxiety attack. I think it does it to me. I mean, it does it. I do it to myself. I throw myself into those anxiety attacks because it does trigger seizures. I don't want to wake up on the floor in the store, and I don't know what it is about that boom, boom, boom. But I mean, I could feel it in my chest, and it just I start panicking because I think because I know what it's going to do. I already start panicking, and I throw myself into an anxiety attack. So, since noise and light, I bet But now, take me to the gun range and, we go shooting. I but I have my earplugs in plus my other ear, stuff like that. That don't bother me, but I cannot handle the bass that is inside. Boom, boom. I cannot handle it. Furious in a vacuum makes you more furious. See, and he can't handle that either. So I really had no idea that working in a plant that long, plus racing cars, and he always goes, um, he always goes to the races, and he's a car dude. He's got a Camaro out there that is so loud it sets my scales off. My electric scales start talking. But when he pulls in and out of the garage, but none of that bothers me as long as he doesn't turn any bass up. I can't. I have been on here a little over an hour, so I'm going to, and I mean, actually been on here, not the part that I tried to, but he's got to work. So I'm going to have, wait, hang on. Wait, I said, I raised three girls. I'm used to noise, but no, better recognize the frequency. And maybe that's what it is. Honestly, I mean, because the bass is what but I don't know if it's that or it's that vibration in my chest. What isn't a noise trigger, but it's more of I think it's like the ADHD, but the OCD. I mean that shake somebody walk one of my employees come in, clicking a pen. I will go and literally jerk it out of their hand and throw it away. That's not being nice, but I can't handle it. Or walking and swinging the keys. Can't handle that one either. It's that repetitive noise over and over and over. I cannot do that. I can't. I can't stand somebody sit there in front of me and clicking a pen. Oh, I might be the only one like that, but that's just me. I can't. That's just things that it makes me have anxiety for some reason, and it's so stupid, but it does. It's little things like that. Barbara, and the fact that he works in a plant all the time for so many years that he's got loss of hearing, and I, I say something and I try to talk in a normal inside voice. Huh? Okay, I'll repeat it again. Yes, thank you. Janelle, thank you. Yes. um, I'll say a little louder. And guess what? Huh? Third time, I say it louder. Then I don't scream at me. I just turn around and walk out. There's no win in that game. I can't stand that pen clicking. No, 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 no. Or swinging your keys. Just that repetitive. I don't know if it's that repetitive noise. Everybody with I'm not the only one with the pen clicking, huh? Oh, the patches come off. Mm. So, well, I think I'm gonna go outside and take a look up. Barbara, you know what? That might be why I do go to him now and like, oh, I have a death glare too. We're just so like Aria because that's the same thing I do. They know my glare. Ben, let me know. I'm with you on that one. Thank you, Janelle. I'm glad it's not just me. Ben, I'm interested in that. Definitely. And you got my number and my email and all that. I'm glad to know I'm not alone in this. See, this community is amazing. I truly am glad to know I'm not alone in it because I really thought because I had that same glare, like, when they walk in and they're really doing that, I'm going, they know the look, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." I just I try to keep level head, gotta be the boss, gotta be the good guy, but Sophie! Yay! I'm slightly irritated on that thought of pink clicking anything too. Hi, Sophie. Oh, wow. So now that's wow. Sophie just made me laugh. That's happening. Oh yeah, one place was doing that. It's that repetitiveness. Oh, well, y'all, I appreciate y'all being here tonight. I truly do. And Sophie's on, and I'm leaving. But I am gonna keep it down to well, since I finally did get on. Sophie, it's real out there. Be careful. This Say it again, Tampa. What was it? Coronal mass ejections? It's a real thing. I couldn't hardly get on here tonight. Yeah, the repetitive. That's what that click, 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 or them swinging the keys. Jazzy girl, hey. Well, everybody's coming in when I'm getting off. Let's see. Oh, that screen just changed. Um, wait, I'm looking. What's it called? Okay, I'm looking at Ben, get with me for sure on that, please. I would love to talk about that. Y'all take care. Love you all. Um, I really do appreciate what is going on in this room. Okay, I think I'm definitely gonna I know, yeah, Jazzy girl, thank you for Sophie. Y'all all thank you. I think I'm having issues in here too. So okay, everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you, mods. I appreciate it. Gretchen, thank you. Barbara, love y'all. And I will definitely be back on tomorrow. You saw it again, waking ya. I think there's something definitely going on. I'm gonna have to get off here because I don't want my stuff to start freaking out. But I hope to see y'all. We're gonna do something on here tomorrow for sure. And I will work. I'm gonna actually upload this other stuff, the kindness journal, to the community page as soon as I get out of here. So thank you all. Y'all have a great night.